Hey guys, my name is Ava. Let me help you plan your next trip, whether it's a walk in the Canadian Rockies, a drive across the US, or a camping trip through Africa. Today I'm going on a trip through Porto Portugal, which is one of the oldest cities in Europe's best-kept secrets. Located in northern Portugal, near the Douro River, and in 1996, its ancient center was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Before we start, I'd like to say sorry to any Portuguese people who hear me because of my bad pronunciation. Starting with the magical bookstore Livraria Lello, also known as the Lello Bookstore. It will take you to a Harry Potter world as soon as you walk in, and it really does look like Hogwarts. This is a great place for book lovers, and the interior is a sight to see with its detailed design. It is often called the most beautiful bookshop in the world because it combines different types of architecture. The building was built in 1906. The stained glass roof, wooden stairs, and pipes in the ceiling are all very interesting. The next place we'll visit is Bento train station, a transportation hub and a work of art. Located in the middle of downtown Porto. It opened in 1916, and there are beautiful Lello tiles on the walls that tell stories about Portugal's past. Over 20,000 hand-painted tiles were used by George Coleco to decorate the main hall. The stories on these tiles are about how Portugal got its start and our golden age. That's all it takes to connect the North and the unbeaten city, which is our humble nickname. In a very smart move, the tiles also show people what they will see and do if they take a train here by showing the countryside's scenery and customs. It looks great. The people of Porto love its tiles so much that they've even made their way onto coffee cups. And interestingly, it's not even the city's main train stop, but it's the most beautiful. One thing you must do in Porto is to take a boat tour, ride the cable car, or just walk along the Douro River. Going on a famous 6 bridges cruise on the Douro River. On this cruise, see the beautiful scenery and red-roofed houses of Porto and Vila Nova de Gaia from the water. While learning about the old bridges, you can even get close to the water, where the river meets the ocean. Boat trips in Porto start from the water and last for 50 minutes. You can find the Gaia cable car very close to downtown Porto. From the top of the ride, you can see the river, the Dom Luís Bridge, the pretty Porto Ribeira neighborhood, and the Wine Cave's red roofs. There are also free walking tour of Porto. A walking tour is a great way to learn about Porto and Portuguese history in general. The tour will take you to the city's most important spots, such as the Bento train station, Café Majestic, Aliados Avenue, and more. You can also wander on your own. Next is the UNESCO World Heritage Site Douro Valley. Going to Portugal's most beautiful wine country is one of the best things to do close to Porto. Located upstream from Porto and almost to the border with Spain is the Douro Wine Valley. It is on the banks of the Douro River. It's where the famous port wine was first made. The terraced fields, the winding river, and the cute quintas make this a perfect place for wine fans. But this valley is worth seeing for more than just its wines. It has beautiful scenery, nature, and history. You can also take a boat tour from Porto to get to this area in one day. You have to take a day trip to the Douro Valley. Next place is about 2 hours drive from Porto, near the border with Spain. The Peneda-Gerês National Park that you can't miss if you love nature. Located near the Spanish border. It's real mountain towns and stunning landscapes full of waterfalls and vistas and lots of different kinds of animals. Deer, wolves, and golden eagles live on its slopes. It is the only national park in Portugal and the longest protected area of about 695 square kilometers. There are trails, including a Roman road lined with checkpoints. Traditional settlement, Lindoso has a castle from the Middle Ages and stone granaries. The Santuario de Nossa Senhora da Peneda shrine, built in the 19th century, is located to the north over a set of stairs in the Peneda settlement. Many roads join the park's remote towns and scenic lookouts, making it easy to get around by car. At number 5, the Serralves Museum is the next stop. It's a dream place for people who love art and nature. It's one of the most well-known and exciting places in Porto to see modern art. It has a huge collection of over 4,300 works of art from the 1960s to the present day, as well as huge floral parks full of interesting sculptures and natural designs. The modern art shows and park nearby are a peaceful place to get away from the noise and chaos of the city. Next, you must walk across Luís Bridge for the best view of Porto and River, also known as the Dom Luís I Bridge. This two-level metal arched bridge spans the River Douro between Porto and Vila Nova de Gaia. It was built in 1886 by a Gustave Eiffel student. The top deck of the bridge is now only for walkers and one of the city's metro lines, and the lower deck is for cars. From the bridge, people can see amazing views of the city. It's a beautiful place to take Instagrammable pictures. As you walk along this famous bridge, you can see the city's heart, so be ready to be amazed. You'll be amazed by how lively it is as we walk along the beautiful riverside. Along the banks of the river are the colorful Ribeira houses, each with its own unique style. It's a place where history and current life meet, and you won't want to miss a lunch by the river in one of the cozy bars. On June 23, St. John's Fest, the city celebrates their patron saint at this event. I really think you should go to Porto on that day if you get the chance. Next on our list is a sign of the city, Clérigos Tower, also known as Torre dos Clérigos. The city's most famous landmark is this 75-meter-tall basalt rocket from the 18th century. There are 240 steps to be climbed to reach the top of its 6 floors. There are fine carvings all the way up this beautiful structure, and the clock is so high that you have to take a few steps back to read it correctly. It's a tower with a view in every direction, especially when you see all the orange roofs of the houses. From here, you can see the river, the Baroque churches. There is a rule that says no building can be bigger than this one, which I love. The only annoying thing is having to avoid people. Seeing this historic building should be high on your list of things to do. First stop on the list is this beautiful Porto Cathedral, or Sé do Porto as the locals call it. One of the oldest and most important places to see in Porto is the cathedral. This historical site gives us a look into the city's long past, with its beautiful Romanesque building, and it was built in the 12th century. It's almost 800 years old, and its towers and dark facade make it look like a castle with the views of the city. A lot of changes have been made to the church over the years, but many of the original features have been kept. Inside, the church has a narrow Romanesque nave and choir, as well as a beautiful apse that was remodeled in the Baroque style in the 1700s. The paintings and tiles are out of this world, has been kept in such great shape. If you only have a short amount of time in Porto, I suggest you skip the tower and go straight to the cathedral. This spot, which looks like a castle and is on a hill, gives you a better view than the Clérigos Tower. Don't forget to click a picture with Garrett's statue, located directly in front of Porto City Hall at the beginning of the beautiful Avenida Aliados. Please click the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and stay tuned for our next journey. Until then, have a great trip.